Sam, Kylie, thank you. And thank you for watching. Our coverage continues.
Sick of annoying spam calls? RoboKiller eliminates 99% of unwanted calls. And our answer bots have fun blocking your robocalls.
There's a shark circling my boat. Hang on.
You gotta hit him in the nose. Yes.
I'm almost done. I'm sorry. Just give me 2 seconds. I gotta...
So you can live your life spam call free. Download RoboKiller today.
Stop wearing masks that don't get the job done. Introducing the Clean Boss Performance Mask. Experts say a mask can be your best barrier against germs, and until now, picking the right mask has been a complete guessing game.
I'm Joy Mangano.
And I'm Jabari Gray.
With the Clean Boss Performance Mask, you're getting patented technology with 3 layers of permanent power. The outer and inner layers both continuously kill germs and bacteria on the mask with the power of silver ions and can be washed, and the germ-killing power won't wash out.
All my other masks have really just been a piece of fabric. This mask has real technology.
Embedded in the middle of this mask is a permanent patented Virus Guard Pro Max mesh filter that blocks out germs, droplets, microparticles, and even allergens.
This product is designed with a special high-tech filtration core that makes it exceptional.
I don't think there's any mask out there that has this technology. This has a filter and it actually protects you.
So, Joy, we have 3 layers of germ-killing protection, a built-in permanent filter, and you can wash and wash it?
Oh, yeah. And with all of that, it's the most ultra lightweight, the most breathable, comfy mask you can put on. And it's the last mask you'll ever have to buy.
This is so different from all the other masks that I tried.
When I'm wearing this mask, I feel like I'm breathing the same way that I breathe when I'm not wearing a mask.
This is the most comfortable mask ever.
So don't even waste a breath. Get yours now. Upgrade now to the Clean Boss Performance Mask with 3 layers of protective technology for just $19.95. Just pick a color and you pick your perfect size. This game-changing mask is only available here and not sold in stores. So call or go to cleanbossmask.com now to get the Clean Boss Performance Mask. Don't wait. Call now.
Call 1-877-562-1272 or go to cleanbossmask.com. That's 1-877-562-1272.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/TV and never go to the post office again.
That's delicious. You have to taste that.
This holiday season, shine a light on the world of money with Greenlight, the debit card for kids. They'll love learning to earn, save, and spend wisely for one bright holiday and an even brighter future. Sign up today at greenlightcard.com.
Looking to refinance your mortgage? The first thing you want to do, find out how much your home is worth.
Just go to ownerly.com, enter the address, and see the home value instantly. Come to ownerly.com and see what your home is worth for free.
No time to read? The Blinkist app gives you the key ideas from the world's best nonfiction books in just 15 minutes. And with audio, you can listen and learn on the go. Fit reading into your life with Blinkist. Visit Blinkist.com or download the Blinkist app now.
Hey, I'm Nick. We created Gabby because most people overpay for car insurance. Gabby is a free tool that saves you money by finding the best deal. Gabby saves users over $800 a year on average. Go to Gabby.com and stop overpaying for car insurance.
New Year's Eve Live with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, live from Times Square on CNN.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mesobook.com.
We offer a free book on mesothelioma. Call for the free book and receive so much more. Call 1-800-831-3700.
Hello and welcome to our viewers joining us here in the United States and all around the world. You are watching CNN Newsroom, and I'm Rosemary Church. Just ahead, financial help for millions of Americans in doubt this hour after Donald Trump slams the $900 billion stimulus bill. The U.S. president also using his pardon power controversially. We will tell you about the convicted war criminals and corrupt politicians who now have a second chance. Also ahead, chaos, confusion and frustration. Angry truckers stranded at the UK-France border by COVID fears take their anger out on the police. Good to have you with us. Well, the check may not be in the mail after all. President Donald Trump is throwing the whole $900 billion economic relief package into doubt by asking for major changes to the bill already passed. Generating controversy, some are not, notably the clemency for several people serving long sentences for non-violent drug offences. Well, France is reopening its border to some travellers from the UK with a variety of conditions attached. The border was shut down over concerns about a new coronavirus variant from the UK. But in Dover, England, tempers are flaring this hour. A CNN team is witnessing angry truck drivers shouting at policemen. Thanks to you bringing us up to date on the situation there in Dover. Appreciate it. And ahead here on CNN, scientists say the new COVID-19 variant may impact children more. We'll have new research from the UK. Welcome back. Well, 2020 is on track to be the deadliest year in U.S. history, with more than 3 million deaths expected, according to preliminary data from the CDC. COVID-19 has played a role, accounting for about 9% of U.S. deaths so far. Johns Hopkins University reports 3,400 Americans died from the coronavirus on Tuesday, and COVID hospitalizations set a new record. For nearly a month, more than 100,000 people have been hospitalized in the U.S. for the coronavirus. But despite these grim numbers, millions of Americans have opted to travel for the Christmas holiday. Well, the coronavirus is once again spreading through countries where the pandemic was once thought to be under control. Thailand says an outbreak from a seafood market has now grown to more than 1,000 cases. The government is now testing thousands of people and imposing strict measures to try and contain the spread. Meantime, in Australia, COVID restrictions are being eased in Sydney. That's after reporting a falling number of new cases for the second day in a row. From Christmas Eve, residents in the northern beaches will be allowed to have up to 5 visitors in their homes as long as they're from the same affected area. Well, scientists in the UK say the new variant of the coronavirus spreading through England may be more transmissible in children. Some even say it's more than 70% more infectious. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's more dangerous. Here's more from a top scientist speaking at a virtual news conference. Details, appreciate it. And coming up here on CNN, some top U.S. military officers are getting anxious when it comes to their commander-in-chief. We have details from the Pentagon.
The Allman Brothers helped put me in the White House when I didn't have any money.
Jimmy Carter, rock and roll president, Sunday, January 3rd at 9 on CNN.
New Year's Eve Live with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, live from Times Square on CNN.
U.S. President Donald Trump is looking for support from his inner circle in his final weeks in office. CNN's Jeremy Diamond reports the president's remaining advisors are falsely telling him exactly what he wants to hear, that he can still overturn the election.
President Trump burrowing deeper into denial. Jeremy Diamond, CNN, the White House.
More now on that fear of President Trump's next move. Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr has the details on anxiety. So let's get some Republican reaction to Barbara Starr's reporting there. Congressman Adam Kinzinger sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He has perspective.
The next 6 weeks are going to be the darkest weeks in modern American medical history.
Desperation in hospitals across the U.S. as the pandemic only intensifies. We will take you inside one COVID unit in Texas and speak to the doctors and patients suffering there.
This is CNN, the world's news network.
You are looking at a snapshot of the pandemic in Florida. Dark red represents counties with more than 6,000 COVID-19 cases per 100,000 residents. And you can see some of that red in the bottom right of the state, Broward County. Now, Broward is imposing a holiday curfew to try to curtail the spike.
The lungs swollen and red in this elderly patient. The sample will be sent to a lab to find out what else might be happening in their lungs.
The question is are they not healthy just because of COVID, or is there a secondary infection, which is common?
We visited the same hospital in late June. Then 2 wings of the hospital had been transformed into COVID-19 wards. Today, prepping for what's to come, there are 3.
The next 6 weeks are going to be the darkest weeks in modern American medical history.
Even though the vaccine's being rolled out?
Absolutely, because think about it. The vaccine is going to take you between 6 and 8 weeks to get immunity. Well, I mean, we're right during Christmas, where people are not listening.
About 40% of patients at this Houston hospital are from other parts of the state, reeling from overwhelming illness. Across the Lone Star State, cases exploding, the 7-day average of positive cases hitting records far above where they were in June. Walter Cuellar was transferred here from West Texas, about 500 miles away. He thinks he and his wife picked up the virus at the supermarket. She had mild symptoms. Today, he's on the mend, but when he arrived, he was nearly put on a ventilator.
I got to the store with my wife, and actually her and I, the only ones that were wearing the mask, and the rest of the people, they're not wearing their mask at all.
Bree Smith works with foreign exchange students and recently moved to Columbus, Texas, west of Houston.
It is the worst I have ever felt in my life.
She, too, thinks she got the virus while shopping. She has a husband and 3 kids. She wasn't sure she'd see him again.
I love you very much, and I miss you so much. I can't wait to come home.
The staff here, from Dr. Verone to nurses to those who clean up, are tired and stressed. What has 2020 been like for you?
Oh, it's like hell and back. It's hard. I'm stressed.
We met ICU nurse Tana Ingraham in June. Then she was a patient, having picked up COVID-19, she thinks, while performing CPR on a patient. She got COVID a second time. She's not sure how. After 9 months of dealing with sickness and death, she's back at work with a message.
It's like we're non-existent. And it's like you do realize that we're still here, taking care of these people, putting my life at risk, putting my kids' life at risk, my mom's life. I think we've been forgotten, truly.
Something else new from June, says Dr. Verone. Patients are coming in sicker, having waited longer before seeking medical care.
Our average patient has spent about 20 days with symptoms before they come to us. So, I mean, even if I give them holy water, after 20 days of symptoms, it's going to be difficult for them to get better.
Richard Gonzalez has a wife and 5 kids. He works 2 jobs and isn't sure how he got it. He thought he could tough it out.
I kind of messed up from those symptoms that I got when I got it. I should have went to the ER room or the hospital right away, but I didn't. I laid in bed thinking it was going to go away. For how long? For about a week.
Luis Martinez's father, uncle, and cousin died of COVID-19. The last thing he wanted to do was go to a hospital.
Because I don't want to do it, because you know how it is. Whenever they put you in a hospital, sometimes you never make it.
To listen to Juana Corona trying to breathe is to understand everything one needs to know about COVID-19. She's pretty certain she got it from her daughter at a birthday party. Several other family members got it. Her 26-year-old niece died. She says she's scared. Like everyone we spoke to, those who could speak, they all hope for one thing, to be home for Christmas. Margaret Evans says 10 members of her family got COVID-19, she thinks, at a birthday party.
How tough is it to be away from family like
this? It's hard. It's hard. It's very, 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 very hard.
She has 9 grandchildren she'd really like to see.
So this is a fairly small hospital, about 117 beds total. 88 of them are now COVID beds. About 65 or so are filled. That can change very quickly, but it's not so much the bed spaces at hospitals like this and others. It's the staff, the doctors, the nurses, and even those who clean up. They have been working themselves to the bone for 9 months now. They are stressed, overworked, tired. They've had it, and the worst is yet to come. Back to you.
Joining me now is Dr. Saju Matthew, a primary care physician and public health specialist. Thank you, Doctor, for talking with us and for all that you do.
Protecting myself, I'm also protecting people around me from transmitting the virus.
And Doctor, the TSA has already seen record high travellers since the pandemic started. More than 4 million passengers screened in the last few days, and this is just days before Christmas, of course. How worried are you about this, and why is the message not getting through to so many people that staying home for the holidays, wearing a mask and social distancing is what will conquer COVID-19 along with all its various mutations?
Yeah, I think that we need to change the message and not really talk about strict measures like, don't do this, don't do that. It never worked with the HIV, pandemic. I think what we need to do is talk about risk reduction. It doesn't necessarily mean that Christmas is canceled. It means that if you must travel, I don't encourage that you travel, but if you must travel, make sure that you are not gathering in large crowds. And in addition to watching the 3 W's, which is watching your distance, wearing a mask, and washing your hands, I'm adding 2 more V's, which is ventilation and getting ready for that vaccine when it's your turn.
Right, and of course we're all waiting eagerly, well most of us, to see when it is our turn. Of course we'll have to wait to see what decisions are made on that. Dr. Saju Matthew, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Well, the pandemic isn't stopping holiday travel. US airlines are seeing dramatic increases as Christmas approaches, and we will hear from some travellers when we return.
Closed captioning brought to you by mesobook.com.
We offer a free book on mesothelioma. Call for the free book and receive so much more. Call 1-800-831-3700.
Well, despite warnings from top health officials, air travel in the US is setting new pandemic records. CNN's Pete Muntean spoke with travellers heading out for the holidays.
Plenty of people are still traveling, even in spite of the CDC telling them not to, and they are breaking records of the pandemic. The TSA says more than 1 million people passed through security at America's airports on Friday, on Saturday, and then again on Sunday. Nearly 1 million people on Monday. And we will have to see what the numbers will be on Tuesday. But it's that 3-day million-passenger streak that is so interesting. We have not seen that before during the pandemic, not even during the Thanksgiving rush. These numbers still about 40% of what they were a year ago, so plenty of people are staying home. But the travelers we talked to say they're taking every precaution they can to stay safe.
Been reading a bit, and they're essentially saying with the ventilation, it's really not going to, you're probably safer a little bit because it is filtered air and whatnot. The only thing I worry about is like maybe the person next to me sits a little too close, and then how do you politely move over? I always like aisle seats, but I'm not doing that. Just taking precautions.
Holiday travelers from the United Kingdom can still come here even in spite of that new coronavirus strain. No new restrictions from the federal government. The Federal Aviation Administration says it's monitoring the situation. Delta Airlines says it will soon test passengers for coronavirus as they arrive here from the United Kingdom. Pete Muntean, CNN, Dulles International Airport.
Well, a hospital in Rome is giving some of its patients an early Christmas present, the opportunity to hug their loved ones. The San Rafael Rehabilitation Hospital installed a hugging curtain with sets of long plastic gloves that allow their child patients to hug visitors they haven't seen in months. The hospital's director says the children's most requested wish from Santa Claus was for some way to see their families. The curtain helped make that wish come true. That's lovely. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Rosemary Church. Early Start is up next. You're watching CNN. Have yourselves a wonderful day.